Good evening, guys, and welcome to another video on That Football Guy podcast. Today, we're going to dive in and we're going to talk about, are Chelsea contenders or are they pretenders? We've got a lot to talk about on the show today. First of all, we're going to talk about Morgan Rogers. Will Morgan Rogers shine in a Chelsea shirt? Will he make a big impact? Will he become one of Chelsea's main attacking threats? And can he provide the goals and assists consistently to push Chelsea up the table and to push that into the contending role? Morgan Rogers was signed for £117 million. It comes with a big price tag, big pressure, but he also has the potential to deliver this. He's a good player. He's shown in the World Cup how good of a player he can be given the space, given the time. And I think he will become a big player for Chelsea. He was brilliant for Aston Villa. And he was even brilliant for Middlesbrough before he signed for Villa. He's a brilliant player. He's a young player and he's got plenty of time to develop. And also he gets to play alongside Cole Palmer, which will make Chelsea possibly, if Cole Palmer sticks to his form, not last season's form, but the form season before that, Chelsea will have a strong attack, strong creative role. So pretty much the thing I say on that is he going to become one of Chelsea's main attacking threats though? With Chelsea, they have got a lot of players, and I mean a lot. They've got a lot of attackers who some of them they're trying to get rid of. They've got quite a few midfielders, which I know some of them they want rid of, and they've got a lot of defenders. But in regards to will he become one of Chelsea's main attacking threats, I don't know. Will the money that Chelsea spent on him get to him? Will the pressure start to come? I think he'll have a good season, but I don't think he'll be as main attacking threat as Cole Palmer. I reckon Esteval this season will develop more and he'll go on to start showing the potential. Pedro Neto as well, if he's still there at the end of the summer transfer window, I reckon he's going to go on to be a good player for Chelsea. Same as if Enzo's still here, I reckon we're going to see the best season Enzo's had in the Premier League. And I reckon João Pedro will continue his fine form in pre-season. So, as a question, will he be one of the main attacking threats? He'll be an attacking threat, not one of the main ones. I think Chelsea's goals, assists, and that will be shared right throughout the attack. And yeah, that's my point on all that. He be able to provide the assists. He's good. He's a good player. Strong ball carrier. Got a wonderful left foot. Can cross the ball. Can shoot from anywhere. And João Pedro's probably going to see a lot of that this season. A lot of them balls in the box on João Pedro's head. The goals. He's not really a consistent goal scorer. So I think you'll start to see this season he'll be more of an assister, and then as the game's going, he might score a few goals, and it might be them absolute worldies that we're going to see week in, week out. Right, the next thing. Over £2 billion spent since Todd Boehly and Clea Clark took over at Chelsea. This season is probably their biggest season in regards to pressure. So far, everything Chelsea have hit has failed, and Chelsea fans can argue that with me as much as they want, but all the money they've spent on players, ridiculous transfer fees, has failed. This season is their biggest because the money that they've invested this summer and the Premier League proven players they are buying, this is their biggest season because results now have to follow. It's okay buying young players like what they have been doing and wanting the time to develop, but that does not work. Whereas this summer they spent £300 million on basically Premier League proven players. It's given Alonso that team, and Alonso will have time on the training ground. We'd only play him once a week. Their biggest season. Because if Chelsea suffer another failure of a season this season, their takeover has been unsuccessful. It's been a failure. But there is only so much that you can throw money at before it starts to become and turn around and say, this is not working for us. But on the other side, you can throw money at something and it finally starts working. So this season's either going to go one of two ways for Chelsea. It's either going to be, yes, and we're finishing the top two, or no, and they miss out on the Champions League, which, considering they're only playing once a week, and the size of Chelsea's squad, and the technical players that Chelsea have, it'll be a failure for them. And that's why I think there is pressure on their new coach, Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso's had a brilliant record at Bayer Leverkusen. And then when he left, everyone thought he was going to get the Liverpool job. And everyone was shocked when he went to Real Madrid. He was sacked when Real Madrid were second in the league. I'm pretty sure it was second. He was sacked. Which he started to show playing good football, playing out from the back, and the formation that he was setting at Madrid started to work. Which I know for Alonso, he wanted to succeed at Madrid and the players got brought in for him, but unfortunately he didn't. With the squad he's got at Chelsea, it suits his style of play down to a T. And it might take a month or two, like this pre-season, they haven't had the best pre-season. It's been inconsistent for them. But I reckon 2 months down the line, we'll start to see the best of Alonso's team. And we'll start to see the best of Chelsea. They'll start going on a win and run, especially, as what I said before, with other teams having to focus on European football. Arsenal, Man City, Man United, Liverpool, and the other teams focused on conference and that. But it gives a chance for Chelsea this year to finish in the top two. And I think any less, as what I said before, I think any less than a top three is a failure for Chelsea. And it'll be a failure for Alonso. He's touted as a real good coach. He's now got to show it. He showed it by Leverkusen, won the league, finished invincible. You don't topple Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga unless you're a real good coach. But he's got now, from now till, I reckon, give him till about February to get his squad right, to get the players playing well. And yeah. And then we'll soon see what Chelsea are really made of. Sorry guys, sorry. Right, next I want to move on to Chelsea's defence. Over the years, since David Luiz left, Gary Cahill left, Azpilicueta left, Chelsea really haven't had that leader at centre-back. Rudiger, fair enough. But now they've got a young defence. Bringing in Lacroix from Crystal Palace, they have that centre-back. Levi Colwill, if he can stay injury-free, they have that centre-back partnership to move forward. The problem is, Chelsea's defence is still young, and there will be inconsistencies throughout the team, especially throughout the defence. That's why I reckon Chelsea need another leader. Someone who can take the game by the scruff of the neck. Someone who can make that tackle, encourage the young defence, encourage the young players, and just someone to take that leader in the dressing room. I understand they've signed Danny Welbeck, but he's a striker, and Jordan Henderson, but he's a midfielder. They haven't signed that leader in defence as of yet. So I do expect Chelsea between now and the end of the window to sign one more centre-back. And I reckon that centre-back will be an experienced, someone who's been there, done that, and can show leadership. If Chelsea don't, then defensively I think they're in trouble this season. Because that defence has mistakes in it. And for Chelsea, when you're going that way, you can't afford mistakes. They've got the attacking players and the midfield players to punish teams. But if you're scoring 2 goals and then conceding 3 at the other end, results aren't going to come. That's why I do think they need one more player, especially a centre-back, to lead that team around the park and to lead that defence. And if they do that, then Yeah, Chelsea are in for a good season. Especially with this three at the back formation that Alonso likes to play. Like, you'll have Reece James stepping into midfield, playing as a midfielder or playing as a right wing back. You'll have Palestra playing as a left wing back. That's what I mentioned, they do need the centre backs, they do need the defenders. They'll have Caicedo sitting in front of the back four. And my next topic, Enzo. If Enzo's still at the club, he'll want to push forward, which leaves that space in that midfield to be able to exploit, and that's the problem. If you have a leader alongside Lacroix and Colwill who can step up and play that high line, then it should be okay. But if not, naivety comes into play. Like, we all know it with young kids, like with young players, naivety does come in as a development, but it happens. So we'll soon see. There's 2 weeks left of the transfer window. We'll soon see what Chelsea do on that aspect. But if they don't sign a centre back, then I do think they are going to be in trouble. Right, and the final topic I want to talk about before I wrap this video up is Enzo Fernandez. Where to start with Enzo Fernandez? In the summer, he said he wanted to move to Real Madrid. Unfortunately, he hasn't got that move. Real Madrid haven't managed to sell one of the big midfielders, a Tchouaméni, a Camavinga. They failed in trying to sign Rodri as well. So Enzo Fernandez will not get his dream move to Real Madrid. But there's also another plus side. Enzo Maresca, who was Enzo's ex-coach at Chelsea, wants him at Manchester City. Enzo Fernandez wants to go to Manchester City to be reunited with Maresca. Chelsea have set 120 million. Manchester City have bid 100 million and he got rejected. Now it comes a scenario over the next 2 weeks of will he or won't he? If he does go, Chelsea lose a big hole in their midfield. But on the other side, they start looking at players like Alex Scott and Adam Wharton, whereas Manchester City get another £100 million midfielder. Do I think his head's turned by linking up with Maresca? I do. There came a post last Wednesday, that Chelsea had set a deadline of 4 o'clock on Friday for Manchester City to bid 120 million. After that, he'd be staying. But there's also a report out today saying that Manchester are still in talks with Chelsea to sign Fernandez. This one's going to ramble on, I think. But the closer you get to the deadline, the less time Chelsea have to get a replacement. But on the other side of it, we've seen what happens with Carlos Baleba last season, and so far to an extent Lewis Hall, it looks like in pre-season, that an unhappy player starts disrupting the dressing room and doesn't start giving his all for the club, and the player form drops, which means the transfer value drops. Do I think Chelsea are ridiculous in asking for 120 million in this day and age for Enzo Fernandez? No. When Anderson's gone for 130 million, when Rodgers is gone for 117, Tonali's gone for 100, Mateus Fernandez is going for 85, but Wadi from Lille is going for £100 million. Chelsea are not being unrealistic in asking for 120 million for Enzo Fernandez. Will they get that though? That is a completely different story. Chelsea will need to look at, do they want an unhappy player, or are they going to not find that replacement? That's the problem, because like I said, there is 2 replacements sat out there for Enzo in Alex Scott and Adam Wharton. But the problem is, the closer you drag it to the deadline, Palace have got less time to find a replacement for Wharton, and Bournemouth of all summer have turned around and said Scott's not for sale, but they'd need to find a replacement in that as well. So the other side you need to look at is, we're going to see what's going to happen over these next 2 weeks. My prediction, Enzo goes to Man City. But if he stays for Chelsea, it's a big plus for them. And if they can get him 100% mentally right and they get behind him, then I do think he can lead Chelsea this season. Right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. First of all, I'm going to go through a set of questions and I'm going to answer them. Morgan Rogers, is he going to be worth the transfer value? In the long run, yes, I do think Chelsea are going to get the money's worth for him. Where do I think Chelsea are going to finish this season? Honestly, I think they're going to finish third. I think they've got the team, they've got the players, and I believe one game a week will suit Chelsea down to a T and they finish third. Where do I think the goals are going to come from? João Pedro. João Pedro's going to score 20 goals this season for Chelsea, probably more. They've even got Danny Welbeck as well on the bench. Danny Welbeck last season scored quite a few for Brighton. So between Pedro and Welbeck, I do think they'll lead Chelsea to the top three easily. Best signing Chelsea are going to make this summer, do you want us to be honest? Danny Welbeck. The guy's experienced, he's the leader, he's been there, done that. He's played in the Champions League, he's played in cup finals. I think he'll be a good signing for Chelsea. And my final question, do I think Alonso will still be here next summer? Yes, I do. He's going to prove a lot of people wrong. And I think we'll see over the next 2 years, I think we'll see Chelsea finally start to see the benefits of all that spending. Right, guys, thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. There will be more videos coming and a lot more content and a lot more announcements that will be coming over the next couple of weeks if we can get where we need to be. And also, there will be a couple of things that I can't wait to announce if they all work out. Right, guys, thank you.